We're back again with Greg and John at the Rumsey shelter in Delaware Park. Would you like to tell us where we are?
Sure. We're in the lobby. This is, the room you would come into off the front porch, and people can just hang out here and relax. And if there's a storm outside, they can take shelter in here. And if you need to, there's a ladies' room and a men's room, a door at each corner, so people can go to their respective rooms and have some private time if they need to.
What are some historic features here that have been restored?
Good question. So, in one sense or another, everything here is everything's being restored. So, for example, we have the glazed block walls that have a lot of blemishes on them. They either have old paint, or maybe someone put a screw in them and pulled it out and broke it out. So, all of the block walls are going to be cleaned up, and they should look, let's say, nicely weathered, rather than looking sloppy. Every window is coming out. These holes you see here are where there were original windows. Every window and window frame has come out to be restored in a shop. And so it'll be 95% original material, I would say. You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, about 95% of the original material for the windows, but sometimes there were missing pieces that had to get refabricated and installed.
And these are the security grates that'll go on the outside.
Right, these are,
Keep the windows there.
yeah, really heavy-duty security grates, so even if people beat on the outside with something heavy, they're supposed to not break. So, what that should allow is that we can keep the windows open for breezes coming in during the summer, as well as keep the building safe through the night. If you turn right behind you, this is the original doorway into the building, but what we have there now is a plain gray metal door from sometime in the late 20th century. But what we have over here is a new door that we think looks like what the original door was. We had one old drawing of the original door, but not its details at a fine level. But using what we see around here and what we know from other buildings, this door will be the new exterior door. There will be a window in it with a custom bent metal grate to look much like what the original drawing showed.
Awesome.
Yeah. Let's see what John can tell us about the fireplace behind you.
Well, the mantle is going to be redone. It's just waiting for our decision on stripping the chimney. These are all basically off the original drawings, the corbels that they refashioned to make new ones because they were all missing.
Yeah, when we came in, there were just holes in the chimney where every one of these brackets should be. So we had to research what the shape was and fit them back in.
And then the doors became, handicap accessible, so then we had to open up that opening a little more and got new doors for there. Repurposed the one door for the storage room in the back, so we have someplace for our electrical power. The panel is all inside, so that'll be good.
Yeah. So these openings originally were not wide enough for a wheelchair to go through. And right behind each opening, a short distance away, there's a wall for privacy in here. So it could have been really difficult for someone in a wheelchair to maneuver. So we made the doors wider. But in doing that, we had to make brand new doors to look like the old doors. So the new door right behind you is all mahogany, nicely crafted with the same details to match the doors that were there.
Cool.
So now here we are in the women's room that has the original walls. The original walls were this white brick. Originally there was plaster above, which John has worked on smoothing out and making it look, as I like to say, nicely weathered. And so, the ceiling also had to have worked on. There was lead paint in the building that had to be removed, so the lead paint's been all taken away. The surfaces have been all sort of cleaned up and smoothed out rather nicely, and those will be painted. Here we have the original restroom partitions, which most of them will remain in place. But over here, we had to combine two toilet stalls to be one disabled accessible stall where someone in a wheelchair could go. So we had to take a partition out, and these pieces are getting fabricated by a custom metal shop to look like they were part of the original, even though they'll be wider and different shapes. So yeah, both bathrooms will be disabled accessible.
Awesome.
We also have this new sink counter behind you, also disabled accessible, and you might also point out up here is a window, again, where a window always was and will be again, but we'll have some ventilation here. We'll also have new exhaust fans in the restrooms, as well as new lighting throughout the building.
That's awesome. Can we take a look at the men's room?
Sure. John, you want to knock on the door, make sure no one's in there? What happened in here, John?
This wall we had to basically cut back for accessibility, and half of this wall was gone, so we were able to use some of the block from the doors to get it all back together, because a lot of it was missing. Same thing, these windows are casements as opposed to the ones out there are double hungs. Accessible stalls, and that's about it in here.
Well, I think you also replaced the whole ceiling, right?
Yeah, this one had a lot of water damage, and we had to do new drywall on this one.
Yeah, I think when we came in, it looked like, I thought there was a hole about 4 feet around that had to be replaced, but the whole thing had to be replaced.
Awesome.
So I think these are the kind of efforts that won't even be noticeable in the end. It'll just look like it always was that way.
This is the original profile of the doors that will be going on all the new doors to match what was here.
Very cool. Any other historic features that people should know about?
No.
No, not really.
I would just say that 90% of what people see will be the original material.
Awesome.
Even refinished, and then the things that are new will mostly look like the old, so it won't be too obvious.
Okay. Well, whoever's watching this, if you have any questions, feel free to comment below and we'll get the answers to you. Thank you, John, and thank you, Greg.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We'll see you in the next episode where we'll talk more about when the shelter will be open for the public.